Sorry. Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
Just realized something. You don't two-time your women.
That's because I can't juggle two relationships at the same time.
Aha! So you do have a faithful side, huh?
Give it a rest. That's not it at all.
Then why?
Their love for me is too fleeting. Much to my chagrin, they always end up leaving me for greener pastures.
You get dumped before you can start two-timing her.
Sorry. Whoops.
Girls grow up so fast. I almost didn't recognize you.
Thank you so very much.
You're starting to look exactly like your mother. I wish she could see you now.
Pops, I wouldn't have been able to grow up like this if it wasn't for you. And Fiddly.
Is he making himself useful?
Of course he is. He's doing a great job protecting me.
That's good to hear. See to it he doesn't get into any trouble, will you?
Will do. You can leave him to me.
Sorry. Pardon me. Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
Considering their population level and resources, Trey-Kur has absolutely no chance of victory.
That's what common sense tells us.
Power makes people do strange things.
Are you guys gonna be okay, Emerson?
We'll have to watch what we do.
are better. I want a dog that does what I tell it to, not a cat that does whatever it wants.
Cats are where it's at. A pet's only job is to be cute, and nothing is cuter than a cat.
Fiddly, tell her dogs are better. Dogs are better than cats, right?
Cats are better because they do what they want, when they want.
Fidel is a man with discerning taste, I see. He knows cats are by far and away the best. Fiddly, how could you? Don't you remember the time years ago when we took care of that stray dog?
You never knew this, but that dog was a terror. It used to bite me and Ted all the time.
Your son is a fine young man.
Thanks.
After spending time with him, I can see that he has your eyes. I can't express just how jealous I am that he has been put in charge of the training hall.
He's still very inexperienced.
But he'll shine brighter with some polishing.
Sometime, I'd like to see who shines brighter in combat. You or him.
It would be my pleasure to spar with him.
Whoops. Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
This thought just crossed my mind, so let me ask you. Does research cost money?
Some, yes.
I thought so. First, think of how much money it takes to buy laboratory experiments. Now, think of all the patches you could buy with it instead. Seems like such a waste now, doesn't it?
Don't you mean new clothes, not patches for old ones?
Wait, you don't count money in terms of the patches you could buy with it?
Wow, Miki, you are a master miser.
Thank you for teaching me again today.
Your journey has made you stronger.
But still no match for you, Master.
Like I'd let you eclipse me.
You're unrelenting.
So, is he stronger now too?
I think that's something you should ask Fidel yourself.
I already know the answer, just by looking in your eyes. But I'd still like to hear it.
War is truly abhorrent.
When you're shooting it out with an enemy fleet, you almost get used to the horror of taking lives. But in the end, it's the same thing.
You're right. I was disgusted that people could slaughter each other like this. But it's really no different from what we do.
Seeing as we're both in the military, we mustn't forget that we're responsible for scenes like this.
Sir.
Pardon me. Whoops. reconvene in front of the inn.
What is it about cats you like so much?
I like how they're usually cool and aloof, but then they suddenly come over to you for attention, kind of sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour?
It's a figure of speech. Cats often seem to be in a sour mood, but under the right conditions, they'll suddenly get sweet on you.
Oh, I see. You mean like Victor.
Victor? Really? I don't know. Maybe he is?
Don't you think there are some lines that shouldn't be crossed?
There definitely are.
Really is a victim of some twisted, disgusting research. We can't let the monsters who did this get away with it. As a fellow researcher, I vow never to make a similar mistake.
Sorry. Sorry.
So, how's the boy of late?
He's turned into a fine swordsman.
Oh, I see. That's good. And what about you then?
I've devoted myself to my training. There's no chance I won't live up to your expectations in this battle.
Make sure you don't overdo it, though. You're my apprentice, and I don't want to see you get hurt.
You are simply too kind.
If anything happens to me, I want you to look after the boy.
Don't say that. You'll be around to look after him yourself for years to come.
Pardon me. Whoops. Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn. Sorry.
Lady Brunelli mentioned something about you talking with a strange woman. Do you happen to remember her name?
She said it was Rebecca.
So, it really was her. Did she say anything?
She left a message for you. It wasn't that long or anything, but she wanted to let you know that you don't have to worry about her, and that she's doing completely fine. She also hopes that you're doing well, and that you're taking good care of yourself. And that's it.
I see.
Who is she?
An old acquaintance.
That inn last night was downright scary, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
What was scary?
There were 3 of them on my bed, just staring at me.
I only had the ghost of some old lady on mine.
Oh no. Of all the things you could possibly talk about, you had to choose that? That conversation didn't happen. You just imagined it.
let's reconvene in front of the inn.
So, I heard you bumped into Rebecca.
Word gets around, doesn't it? Hey, who is that woman, by the way?
The lieutenant had a friend who perished some time ago, and she's his widow. Not only that, but she's also the lieutenant's former lover.
Sounds like it's complicated.
It's not that complicated, really. The lieutenant was dispatched on a mission to a faraway land. Sometime during that stint, both his friend and Rebecca disappeared.
Did they elope?
Later, we discovered that the lieutenant's friend was suffering from an unknown incurable disease. Apparently, Rebecca had been helping him with his treatment the whole time.
Rebecca's proficient in the healing arts.
Oh, I see.
The lieutenant had refused to see Rebecca when she came to explain the situation.
I believe the lieutenant sincerely regrets what he did back then. If only he had known the truth earlier. But sadly, he found out after his friend was already dead.
You'd never guess that he was involved in such a tragedy from the way he behaves today. Victor's a tough man.
Oh, he's the ultimate man, I tell you what. Respect.
Fidel, please give our lieutenant as much support as you can.
We're counting on you.
Don't worry, I will. Pardon me.
That inn last night was downright scary, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I had 3 on mine practically floating on top.
I only had the 1 on mine, but still.
I thought I was gonna die. The clams in that seafood dish were so good.
How dare you! I was scared.
Whoops. Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn. Sorry.
As a military man, do you ever struggle with the concept of taking life?
All military personnel must face it at one point or another. Tears have no place on the battlefield. For you and I are merely instruments of war. Having said that, you need to embrace the feeling of disgust that accompanies killing others for as long as you live. Because that is your humanity. At least, that's what I was taught a long time ago.
Your teacher sounds like an excellent mentor. I'd like to meet him someday.
If only he was still alive.
War is so tragic, isn't it?
I'm such an incredibly selfish person.
Why do you say that?
Here we are, surrounded by people who need help badly. Despite that, what have I been doing all this time? Thinking only of my goals. Of Relia.
You can't fix all the world's problems. In fact, even thinking you can would be arrogant. Giving your all for Relia is the only thing anyone could ask of you right now. It's hard to explain, but...
No, I understand. Thanks a lot.
Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
What exactly are the corrupt?
Let me explain. Regular animals, such as wolves, birds, and so on, are somehow imbued with marks resembling signets, which turns them into vicious beasts. The corrupt also carry diseases, I heard. At least, that's how people say the disease that killed my parents and Fiddly's mother spread.
Would you like to find out if that was really the cause?
Ah, I never thought to find out, but maybe I do. To be honest, I may have been too preoccupied with the past. I need to be stronger and start looking ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, you reek of alcohol.
This planet's awash in fine alcoholic beverages. Fruit wine, fermented liquors, and any other type you could ever want.
The climate around this area is mild, too.
Next to Trakur's harsh environment, Rasulia is a veritable paradise. That's why conflicts break out.
It's not our fault that their land isn't fertile.
I know that all too well. We've been in the same position too.
Okay then, let's reconvene in front of the inn.
I wonder if I have too much muscle. Shaping up is great and all, but I don't want to get too bulky. I really think my arms look too much like a man's. My stomach muscles are getting more defined too, and my shoulders are a little broader than I'd like.
You look absolutely fine to me. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
You think so? I'm fine the way I am? Well, if you say it's okay, then I guess I'll stop worrying.
A dog.
Do you like dogs?
No. I see them as rivals.
Rivals? I'll just pretend I didn't hear that. Do you believe in jinxes?
Not really. I'd like to think good jinxes exist, though.
Good jinxes?
For instance, I get the feeling that if I wake up before someone comes to wake me up in the morning, that good things will happen all day long.
I see. Like she sells seashells by the seashore. Is that what you're talking about?
That's not a jinx. That's a proverb.
Actually, you're both wrong.
Let me guess. You've never been out and about with a woman before.
Not true. It's happened countless times.
You don't say. I would have never expected that from you.
Why not? I know quite a few women from the medical profession.
Huh? Medical profession?
During combat operations, obviously.
Ah. In that case, I'm surrounded by a veritable harem of women.
Aren't you coming into contact with the locals a bit more than necessary?
This is a chance to learn about a new culture. How can my intellectual curiosity not be piqued?
Oh, is it intellectual curiosity that makes you ask any woman you see out to dinner?
No. I'm just caught up in experiencing life on a faraway planet firsthand.
Your excuses are starting to give me a headache.
You know, Lieutenant, I'm still your superior officer.
Oh, save it.
Shutting up.
You shouldn't hit on women all the time like that.
All men hit on women. It's what we do.
But isn't that cruel to Anne? The two of you are married, aren't you?
Well, you see, yes, we are.
You need better morals in that regard.
Wow, both of you are such prudes. Anne is too, so that makes 3 of you. Okay, wait a minute. Am I the only one here who isn't a prude?
Stop that whistling immediately. You'll attract snakes.
I'm pretty sure that's only at night.
Are you sure?
Yes. Even people from our hometowns have heard that one.
I can't believe I've been wrong all this time.
Hopefully my luck doesn't run out because of this. I see you're ogling the women like you always do.
I don't have much choice in the matter. In outer space, it's a crime not to be married by the age of 20.
Really? It is? But you're not married, are you?
Members of the military are exempt.
They sure have some strange laws in space.
He's just making stuff up, Victor.
Emerson, you bastard!
Sorry, Victor, but you're so much fun to tease. You'll believe anything.
Whoops.
Please tell me some stuff about Dax.
Dax has saved us time and time again with his superb intelligence-gathering skills.
Sounds pretty amazing.
He's a real factotum. He can either fight up front with Gunter or provide cover fire from the back. It's nice to be able to praise a subordinate. Although, it's strange to call him that, seeing as he's older than me. I think he's 40 years old.
40?
I still make far too many wasteful movements.
Victor, you've been more than a help to us.
Maybe, but I'm afraid I might accidentally hurt someone behind me.
Don't worry, because that's what I'm here for. If anything happens, I can take care of it.
That's why I'm worried.
Wait, what? What exactly is that supposed to mean, huh?
I mean what I say. It would be all the more shameful to harm a female ally.
I'm fine. It's not like he doesn't trust me to do the job.
Let us hurry. There's no time to waste.
Hey, are you mad at us?
No? Why would I be mad?
Maybe you're not, but you sure sound like you're angry.
Oh. I'll try to be more careful in the future.
Try being more carefree.
And you should care a bit more.
When I woke up this morning, I put my right foot on the ground first.
Is there something wrong with doing that?
I'll just go back to bed.
Are you crazy?
But if I don't put my left foot down first, I'll have bad luck all day.
Do what you want then.
You're not what comes to mind when I hear the word soldier, Emerson.
I'm not? Why, that tickles me pink.
Usually when I think of a military officer, I imagine someone terrifying, but you're not that scary.
You know, thinking about war all the time is what makes our faces so stern. I, for one, don't even like fighting.
If you don't like fighting, then why did you join the military?
It's a family thing. I didn't really have a choice. Still, they give me a lot of leeway to do as I please.
Well, whatever the reason, I think you're wonderful just the way you are now, Emerson.
Thank you. This is your first time setting foot on a planet other than Earth, isn't it?
You're right. I've also never seen such an extensive amount of vegetation. Moreover, simply breathing in this air is detoxifying.
Touching down on planets with such gorgeous natural vistas is a vital experience for people like us. You should savor this place while you can.
Speaking of which, Captain, I saw you go off with one of the local females to savor some of those natural vistas the other day.
What's that, Anne? Why didn't you tell me sooner that you wanted to go on a date with me? I would have accepted your offer in a flash.
What are you talking about? That's a complete misinterpretation of my statement. Besides, if I had to ask a crew member out, it'd be Delacroix.
That was a fruitful discussion. Glad I recorded it. I'll have to make Delacroix listen to this.
I wonder if Kronos' act of supplying weapons to trade Kerr is what triggered this whole conflict.
I'd assume it was one of the factors anyway.
Why weapons, though? If Kronos wanted to give them new technology, why not one that increases agricultural productivity or enables terraforming?
Imparting those other technologies could trigger a war as well, albeit indirectly.
That is true, but...
That's why we're not allowed to flaunt our scientific capabilities in front of every culture we come across. Not that I'm one to talk, but still.
Understood, Captain.
Whoops.
Mind telling me a little more about what Gunter does?
When we enter an enemy's territory, Gunter is the one who rushes in first.
Wow.
He is much more agile than he looks, and has stamina to boot. I suppose if I had to mention a weakness of his,
It'd be what?
it'd be how he talks.
Ah.
There are so many here.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
So many of them have swords. This must have been a battlefield.
No, please. You can't mean...
If you can't see them, why don't you just detect them with that magic box you always carry with you?
No thanks, I don't want to see them.
I found a nice restaurant the other day. I should take you out to dinner there.
It'd be an honor.
Great! We'll eat at a restaurant with a beautiful view, have some tasty drinks, and then the two of us will...
Miki, Anne, you hear that? Emerson said he'd treat us to dinner.
For real? What perfect timing! I was just thinking about how much I wanted to get into fancy cuisine.
Thanks, Captain.
Fidel and Victor are both invited too, of course.
How much is this gonna cost me?
Oh, how adorable!
I've seen too much.
Huh? No,
Why did I have to see a black cat? Now I'll have terrible luck today.
Oh, that? You think black cats are bad luck?
This explains why there was spinach in my sandwich at breakfast.
Have you ever looked at Miki's handkerchief?
No,
The needlework on it is simply marvelous.
not hard to believe, as I've heard she's adept at housework.
Then you think she made something that intricate all by herself? Does that mean my rival is actually Miki?
Did a strange man approach and start talking to you just a moment ago?
Yes. He said I looked familiar and asked if I would like to go out to eat with him.
Ah, so he was trying to pick you up. You better be careful.
Doesn't picking up women involve direct physical contact?
Who's been filling your head with this nonsense? Emerson, I bet. When will that degenerate ever stop?
Do you think you could win against a freak of nature that has 2 heads and 6 arms?
What? Does something like that actually exist?
Not only that, it's bigger than a castle.
Bigger than a castle? That would make for a difficult opponent. Even if you took it on with a sword.
It was a rough fight, no doubt about it.
What? You beat it?
Somehow. But then 3 more came after me. I had to keep ripping their flesh off and throwing it back at them.
This story is too weird. Too weird to be true. You don't believe in curses, do you, Anne?
Huh? Well,
Being a soldier, I guess it is weird that I worry about such things.
well, no. I don't personally believe in them, but I can see why a soldier who puts his life on the line would want luck on his side. There must be a lot of officers who are superstitious.
Thanks. Then I'll keep on doing things the way I have been.
Right.
Oh, that reminds me. My lucky color today is pink.
Could you tell me some more about Hana?
Her father is a doctor at a hospital in Rasulia. Also, though she may not look it, she can be rather forceful.
Yeah, that's true. People who are good at healing are often like that, aren't they?
Hana is such a credit to us that sometimes I feel she's wasted on me.
Hey, why don't you introduce me to this Hana?
Keep your hands off her or you'll regret it.
Relax, I'm kidding. It's a joke, ha ha ha. No need to stare.
Anne, have you noticed any problems with the way I fight?
No, not in particular.
That's too bad. I was hoping to fix any objective flaws you might have noticed.
Then there's one thing. You always seem to think negatively. The thing is, that's your life philosophy, so I don't see any way you could conquer it.
I'll do my best.
The animals on this planet are tough. They're a pain in my... neck.
It's not like you to complain, Captain.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? I just saw a small insect go inside your shirt. Just kidding. I scared you, didn't I?
Next time you try something like that, I'm using electric fists on you. Expect no mercy.
Ah, duly noted.
Thank you so much for last night.
I can't believe you just started playing a little while ago, Anne. You're too good.
Too good at what?
Polypong.
Somebody please tell me what this Polypong game is.
You needn't concern yourself with it because only women are allowed to play.
Only women? Why'd you say that? Now I'm even more intrigued. You know, you really are a beautiful woman, Anne.
Huh? What's gotten into you?
There are a lot of beautiful women on this planet, but none of them come close to you.
Thanks?
Beautiful and talented. I couldn't ask for a better subordinate officer.
Write your own report, Captain Kenny. Flattery will get you nowhere. Kitty?
Double slap! From the depth! Through the gate! Right,
Friend is on you.
Well, that proved much more difficult than I was expecting.
Close to perfect. Our victory's forgotten.
From the depth! Find guilty! From the depth!
As close to perfect as it gets.
Why can't they all be this?
Can't get any better than that. What do you think of this?
Red Thunder!
Double
Red
slash!
Thunder!
Find guilty!
That's all you got?
Hopefully I can be of assistance. Behold! Shimmering death awaits!
Double slash!
If you go down, Victor, what are we gonna do? Fangs of the firmament! Lightning blast! Mistral! Lightning blast! Fangs of the firmament!
From the depths!
Leave this to me.
If you think you're so strong, try to withstand this!
Fidel, count me in! Fangs of the firmament! Mistral! Mistral! In blade! In blade! Mistral!
Our strategy here left much to be desired.